Sweet. What up,
How's everybody doing?
Welcome to the first weekly SellerAmp Seller Hour, where we answer all your questions. Let's see.
That headphone wasn't working for me. Sweet. So in case you guys haven't met us before, coming through the SellerAmp email list, my name is Warner. This is Miles. We've both been selling Amazon for a long time, 5 or 6 years now, and we're super excited to just kind of chop it up with you guys. We had a couple questions sent in via email, and then we'll just keep it rolling for 30, 45 minutes or so, answer some questions, and let us know what we can help you guys out with.
Yeah, any questions you guys have, please just drop them in the chat. We would love to help. It's the best time of the year for the stuff. We want to make sure you guys are fully ready to rock and roll, all on the same page in respect to product sourcing, product research, getting orders fulfilled, anything like that. So please don't hesitate. If you're thinking of a question, someone else probably is as well too, but they might not ask. So make sure that you ask, right? Because we're here to help on anything you guys need as well. Make sure to check out the SellerAmp YouTube. Make sure to check out Fields of Profit on YouTube, as well as Flips for Miles right here as well. We're going to do these SellerAmp Seller Hours every week. And we're also going to be bringing on some of our partnered influencers as well that help out and just, help out promoting the SellerAmp brand and everything. So please don't hesitate, guys, and mark your calendars every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern here. I'm going to get
Sweet. What's up, Steven? What's up, Camille? See some good questions rolling in. We'll what's up, Tamaya? Good to see you. What's up, Pockets? I like the got good branding there. What's up, AP? Allison?
Yep, good to see y'all here. Absolutely. Okay.
Awesome.
Sweet. So whatever questions y'all got, let us know in the chat. We also got some good stuff that came in just prior as well here too. We'll start out with Willie's question right here. If you buy an item from, say, Target, are you getting ungated to buy any brand from Target or just the certain brand that you're purchasing? Just the certain brand or category that you're purchasing. Most items, you only need to ungate the brand. You can do that via Target, via the brand website, really any big supplier these days. Right there. And that's going to unlock the entire brand, not just that specific product.
For sure. What's up? How much can you earn in profit? It's very up to you, right? Are you talking about making 10K a month? Okay, yeah. So if you guys want to break down your goals in terms of like what's reasonable, for every dollar you spend, you're going to make about 30 to 40 cents in profit, right? So you're talking about wanting to make 10K a month. It's a great long-term goal. That means you're going to be consistently spending probably $30,000 to $35,000 a month on products, and that assumes everything sells. So it's probably going to be closer to 40K or so. And that's going to take you a little bit, obviously, to build the knowledge, that kind of stuff. Probably sounds really intimidating right now. But yeah, we both started with like $1,000, $2,000 and been able to grow it to spending 6 figures a month on products, right? So just kind of set yourself a reasonable goal, right? If I assume you probably haven't sold too much yet. So, shoot for that $1,000 a month before you're worrying about, big, massive goals that'll make you feel kind of overwhelmed and like you're not making progress.
Yep. I need to source Lego providers. How can I do it? Yeah. So as a beginner, you primarily want to be doing storefront stalking. So looking inside the storefronts of other sellers and then Googling those products, right? Using SellerAmp. We can even do some live product research if you guys want as well too. Also, for anyone who hasn't yet heard, we have the new SellerAmp QBX extension. I'll show you guys how that works real quick here too. That's actually free just with your SellerAmp subscription. So it's a no-brainer to get it installed. Or actually just posted a good video talking about it too. So here's how that works, guys. Let's see. All right, so here we go. So what SellerAmp QVS does right here, guys, right, is if we get this right here, basically is it makes it way easier to source the Amazon homepage or the Amazon search page, basically, right here. So it's a free extension. Right. And what QVS does is it gives you a bunch of data right here on the actual Amazon search page so that you don't need to open up every listing. You can just see if it's good right here. Right. Because that's a total pain if you need to look up a bunch of items in new brands and you don't know if they're reseller friendly. Like we can clearly see here, there's 5 sellers on this, so it's most likely reseller friendly. But if it was one seller and the seller was Amazon, it probably is not reseller friendly. Right. So you can literally download QVS completely free just at selleramp.com/QVS right there. So make sure y'all get it in there right there. Ooh, okay. Another good question here. What's a good shipping cost to put in on SellerAmp settings? Yeah, to start out like 80 cents per pound, you're most likely going to get it closer to 70 cents per pound or 60 cents per pound as you go, and even cheaper down the line with pallets as well.
Yeah, and with the QVS model I was just showing you guys, if you guys don't know what, like, if a brand is good to sell, you just throw it in a nice little Amazon search there. You see a bunch of Amazon on it, probably an easy skip. If you see a bunch of third-party sellers all over the place, then it's kind of just a good litmus test to know if that brand might be worth checking out or not, basically.
Yep. Another thing that's really important and foundational with SellerAmp, guys, is making sure your inbound shipping is in your settings, as well as your MISC fee, which is almost always going to be your sales tax right here as well. So a lot of people accidentally count sales tax twice. They'll put it in their settings here, and they'll do it on the actual profit calculator. You only need to do one of them, and it's a lot easier if you just put it into your settings. But a lot of people will put it in their settings here, right? And they'll add it in on the actual profit calculator, right? Which means they're counting it twice, which is not how it works, right? If you have it in your back end, you don't need to do it on the actual profit calculator as well too on that. So like, for example, like say this item, say you have 10% sales tax, right? And you pick it up for $10, right? So technically you're paying, 11, right? But you would only put in 10 right here because SellerAmp's already taking into account that sales tax right there. So you want to make sure you're not counting sales tax twice. That's a huge mistake a lot of beginners make right there. And just while we're here too, you can also do math in SellerAmp as well. So like you can subtract out coupons really easily, add in other costs. Not really, the menu will come up, but like
so discounted gift cards or the
exactly card bear
loyalty program that hits every time, that kind of stuff.
Yep. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, card bear, top cash back, really helpful for that too. And then just another huge thing for Q4 guys is going to be using the FBM calculator as well here too. So a lot of people think to get the FBM numbers, you just subtract the shipping from here. That is not the case whatsoever. Instead, you want to actually scroll down here to the FBM profit calculator and then toggle this over to FBM and then add in the FBM shipping cost where it says FBM cost. And if you want a good breakdown of how that works, we have a free guide for you guys at howtofbm.com. That's going to show you what to put in for the FBM cost specifically there. That is directly correlated to the weight, which you grab right here. So you grab the weight and then you plug in the estimated FBM shipping cost. You do not just subtract it from the FBA profit numbers right there. So very important, very, very important there, y'all.
Oh yeah. What's up, Willie? Hope you're good too. What's up, Gianni? You're about to go full time with Amazon. Thank you for the knowledge. That's what's up, Gianni. Yeah. I'm excited for that. Hopefully you're getting close to that goal. That's awesome.
Yep.
Sweet. When's the number of products you should have? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Repricer. Yeah.
Repricer. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that was a good decoding there. Yeah. So like 10, 15 products, something like that. Whenever you're catching yourself, looking at prices too often. Honestly, it's around, your first $1,000 or so in sales usually.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. How do we get permission from big brands to sell their products to avoid IP complaints? You don't necessarily, they've actually pretty much everything you ever sell, unless you're doing the wholesale brand direct model, you're not going to actually get permission from the brand. You'll get permission from Amazon, but just make sure when you're looking at the charts that there's no random boom, big drops right there.
Yeah. And then on the alerts panel, SellerAmp will show you a little IP alert sometimes if that brand is super well known for complaining, basically. Yeah.
Yep. Y'all are bringing it with the chats. Keep firing away.
I love it.
Here, guys. And then, those of you guys who are here on TikTok, we're also here on YouTube. So that's why I got some other questions on there. Can you tell the difference between what is the new price to the buy box price in the charts? Yes. The buy box price is where the sales are actually going. The new price is purely the lowest price. The lowest price doesn't matter to you. The buy box matters a lot, right? Because someone might be the lowest price, but their delivery date might be 3 weeks out because their inventory isn't fully yet checked into Amazon FBA, right? On that. If all the sellers are FBMing a product, is it safe to hop on it in FBA? As long as, it's not dangerous goods and you don't have dangerous goods or anything like that. And as of a couple of days ago, previously Meltables was not.
Yeah, some Meltables. Yeah.
Now is. But you should probably FBM that. I mean, it's Q4. It's FBM season,
Yeah, could mean you can hog a lot more sales though. But yeah, check for like a hazmat alert on the alerts panel. Make sure you're good.
Good question from Carlene here. I'm new at using SellerAmp. I'm seeing a negative max price or it's red. I've checked my settings several times. I don't see what I'm doing wrong. The negative max price means you have most likely a $3 profit per unit minimum, but are looking at really cheap items. So that's actually not a problem whatsoever. It just means for those cheaper items, you're going to want to have a little bit less strict criteria, because if you spend 2 and make 2, that's a good product, right? It's just by your SellerAmp criteria, technically that doesn't fit. So Carlene, you're actually not doing anything wrong on that at all. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times it means that that seller is probably just not making money on that item anymore. It's just kind of one of those things, like as you're looking through, probably means it's not worth digging into too much. Yeah. Alex, yes, a good question. How do you make purchase orders? How do you manage them? Yeah. So just put together a nice big spreadsheet, right? So you're going to put like the ASIN you bought, how much you bought. You can also wire a lot of that up with a SellerAmp Google Sheet. So like when we buy a product, we just click a button that says, I bought this basically, and it sends ASIN, buy cost, the price I want to sell it at, all that kind of stuff. And then I'll just go in and manually paste the order number basically after it's all bought. So in case there's ever any IP complaints or any issues like that, I can just easily go, oh, here's my ASIN. Here was the 5 orders I bought it on. Easy.
Amazon's blocking branded bundles, yes, which were always, in my opinion, a ticking time bomb, because they don't really add any value to the marketplace. It kind of just screws over the brand.
Yeah.
On that. So the vast majority of you guys selling bundles are fine. If you're selling a branded bundle, you know what it is, and you know that, or you should have known that most likely it was not a good.
Yeah, basically all those are, if you guys have seen like the new bundling policy, is if you see the listings where it's like 12 pack of ramen or whatever, and then they put like a chopstick in it and called it the chopsticks brand, it's not allowed anymore. If you guys sell on a listing that has like a multi-pack or a bundle, just make sure it's all from the same manufacturer. That's going to be the vast majority of the arbitrage leads you're looking at. So like a 2-pack of the same vitamin, basically, those are still good.
Yep. New seller here. What to do if the BSR and estimated sellers are unknown, but the product sells really well, but it's a new variety? You don't technically know that the product sells really well unless the Kiva chart looks really good. And if the Kiva chart looks really good, that's something you should buy. And like, there's lots of good listings, guys, that have no sales rank or have a really high sales rank. They just have no variations, or it says private label, for example, and everything. So you're good to go on that. Yeah, there's a bunch of good repricers here too. Looking for effective way to get on. We have Ungating tutorials on all 3 of our channels, so you should watch those. But in short, the best way to get ungated is to just buy 10 of a big brand product from the brand website, or a big retailer like Target, soccer.com, etc. right there. Y'all are
somewhere you already got it profitably. Yeah. I want to make sure we get a couple of these email questions too. So somebody sent in a question there asking, this is a great question. When you're sending shipments into Amazon, should you wait to have like 50-pound boxes, 45-pound boxes where it's like close to the maximum? Or they were saying she said she has like 20 pounds sitting at home right now. Should she wait to fill that up? And honestly, you're going to get cheaper per pound shipping rates if you do keep filling it up. But if you're at a stage in your business where you got 500, $1,000, that kind of thing, and it's a lot to just like buy 20 more pounds of stuff, just send it in, right? Lead time is also expensive. Just because you might save 20, 30 pounds or 20 to 30 cents per pound on the shipping, it's probably not worth wasting the lead time. If you can fill it up quickly, then yeah, absolutely. But don't let that slow down your lead time, and get those sales rolling.
Yep. I just watched 4 hours of the 6-hour free course. Hell yeah. Yeah. If anyone wants a really good walkthrough, go on my channel and check out my 6-hour free course right there. Got the new blue light glasses. No, these are actually the old blue light glasses. These are the original, the 2-year plus old ones from Pennsylvania. Yes.
Some good questions about buy box too. Yeah. Talking about suppressed buy box. Why do some listings have no buy box? Yeah. So if you look at a listing and you don't see like an add to cart button, that means that the buy box is suppressed. But what you need to do is just check the past chart on SellerAmp and see if there has been that purple buy box line recently. And if there hasn't been, and the sales are still going, it's good to go, right? The only time where it's a problem is if it just went away. It makes it a little bit harder for customers to figure out, how to buy the item basically. And then you can start selling slower. Prices usually drop a little bit, but suppressed buy boxes are awesome if it has a history of being suppressed.
Yep. If the buy box is a steady straight line, that's still good, right? As long as it's not going down. Yeah. Do you ever source at Costco? Is it worth it? If you're asking like sourcing somewhere, it's not yet time for you to do manual sourcing on any websites. Instead, you should do storefront stocking, because manual sourcing, going on Target or going on Foot Locker and looking through their deals, is the most profitable way to source, but you can waste a ton of time if you already know, or if you haven't already made bread from that site. Would you still recommend starting Amazon FBA in 2024? Yeah, it's only growing, man. And then, yeah, y'all on TikTok too. We're also on YouTube, so that's where we're getting some questions from here as well. So whatever questions you guys got, please feel free to let us know. Here's another good one here too. What are your thoughts on this? How long does it take to teach a virtual assistant to a point where they source the products themselves without any of my help.
Yeah, that entirely depends on how well you can teach and the person you hired, right? Usually, I've hired and fired like 50 plus VAs. Right now, I have 7 on my team that are like product sourcing, that kind of thing. And the majority of them, it takes 2 or 3 months to be fully up to speed with like how you like to do things, kind of sourcing as many as you'd like. If it's taken longer than that, then they might not know your system super well, and you're either not the best teacher, or maybe they're just not the quickest learner at Amazon, that kind of thing. Yeah. But if you're asking that, Alex, make sure you're already selling at least 20 to 30 grand a month. I don't want you to be, hopping in, you're sold, $1,000 and it's time to like start outsourcing everything, right? Because you're not going to know how to, tell people to, source this new website or show people like what they're doing wrong. You're not going to be able to be effective at training. But I love the ambition. You should definitely do that as you grow the business.
Yep. So also, guys, one of the best things, I would even go as far as to say like the best thing Warner and I did when we were new sellers was find other sellers to work with. Luckily, that actually costs no money, and stuff like our Facebook group, our free Discord, the chat of this call right now are a great place to find other cool sellers to work with. Right. So I'd really, really recommend, if you're looking for, cool sellers to work with, drop like, your Discord or any social handles you have, or just your location in the chat, because you'd be surprised, how fun and productive it is to find other cool Amazon sellers to work with. And Warner and I literally were doing like 20 to 30K a month each, like 3.5 years ago. Right. And then we made friends with each other, and we both started doing 6 figures a month within just 6 months. Basically.
Yeah. You're if you're feeling a little lost, feeling like it's hard right now, you're not the only person, right? And there's also a ton of other people in the chat right now, clearly, obviously want to like learn and make things better. Yep. And yeah, it's just about putting yourself out there, right? So like post some stuff on social media, tag SellerAmp, tag both of us. We're happy to get you guys out there, jump in free groups. Like it's a lot of fun. It's just more fun. Yeah, exactly. You see it drops in some towns, that kind of stuff. That's what's up.
Yeah, seriously. That's such a good idea right there, guys. Thanks for all the leads. I bought my first product yesterday. Let's go. Does SellerAmp include the cost to ship to Amazon? If you add it in your settings, yes. Yeah, the Facebook group name. Let me find the exact name.
If you look up the Amazon Launchpad, there's also, make sure you're in the SellerAmp Facebook group as well.
Yeah. And then our free Discord's linked in the description too. You just want to be in the mix. You want to be, in the community. You want to find some other folks to work with and everything. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, Carlene, we'll get on that. I am a new seller watching your guys' videos, and it's really helpful. We got you. Whatever questions y'all got, you let us know in the YouTube chat. Let us know in the TikTok chat. Okay, all right. See, here we go already right there, right? Jacksonville, boom. Jacksonville, bang. H-Town, I know a ton of cool sellers in Houston, right? Can I purchase items from Amazon to get ungated? Only if it's Amazon selling them, which in many cases it will be. Yeah.
You also have to buy 50 if you buy directly from Amazon.
Yeah.
You can do 10 if you're buying from like, Target or Walmart or one of those, right? What percentage does Amazon take when it's payday? So it depends on the per item, Gianni. So that's like basically that's why you'll plug it into SellerAmp, that kind of thing, so you can see the cut that Amazon takes. Usually it's somewhere between 10 to 20% of the item sale price, plus a fee for like FBA if you're doing FBA, like the fee for them to go take it off the shelf and ship it out, basically.
I bought a product that has $3 profit, but the ROI dropped to 20%. Should I sell it? If you're a new seller, yeah, for sure. Definitely. Asheville, I want to join the SellerAmp Facebook group. Yeah, y'all, I'm going to drop it in the, I'm going to show you guys it right here on the screen. Make sure you tap in on that. We also have a free Discord that's linked in our YouTube descriptions as well here too. So yeah, check that out. This is our free Facebook group right here. If you just search SellerAmp, it'll pop up right there. We'd love to take a look at that for y'all right here too.
Yeah. If any of you guys have Amazon specific socials where you're sharing what's up, drop the @ too, so everybody can follow each other. Everything just gets more fun when you have an Amazon seller friend or two, especially when it comes to Black Friday. Just gets way easier if you have a friend to talk to, basically.
Yep. Also, guys, just important dates coming up for Amazon sellers. So next week is Halloween. Early November, like the 3rd to like the 15th, are early Black Friday sales, which are super underrated, right? Around like November 10th to November 15th is when you want to really transition over to almost all FBM, right? And then the Sunday before Black Friday is when Black Friday sale starts. You can get a head start if you're ready those couple of days, and then have inventory listed at FBM for Black Friday that you bought on Black Friday sales that were before Black Friday, obviously. Right there. And then the peak of the entire year is December 5th to December 20th, right? And honestly, a lot of deals will keep going all the way through December.
You'll be able to buy them, have them show up at your store, at your door. That's all FBM. Yeah, especially once Black Friday hits, don't really FBA anything if you are counting on selling it during Christmas. But especially since Black Friday is relatively late this year, there's probably going to be even better than normal early Black Friday sales is at least what I'd expect. Yeah, Simon, you can hit support on that. That's all. That should be all fixed now.
Yeah, Simon, hit up on email, support@boxem.com. What's up, Shay? Is setting up a sole proprietor and getting an EIN necessary? It's not necessary. That's obviously kind of up to you on that, but yeah. New seller in Illinois sounds good. Awesome. Georgetown, Texas sounds good. Austin, Texas, cool. I want to purchase more inventory, but the website just kind of gone now. What to do? Either wait for the discount to come back or hit up. This is gangster. Hit up the customer service on the website and see if they'll offer it.
They might still give you the code.
Yeah, they definitely might. Yeah.
Throw that on a Google sheet, right? So on your SellerAmp, make sure you have some Google sheet names where Christmas, almost good, like that kind of stuff, right? So you can know when that sale comes back around. You can just kind of rebuy it again, right? So you're not having to redo the work.
All right. Okay. So FBM calculator on SellerAmp. This is super important right here. So this is not it. You need to scroll down here and toggle on FBM here. So switch this to FBM and then put in your FBM shipping costs right here. You can get a good estimate of that at howtofbm.com. With getting a reseller certificate, do you owe taxes to the IRS at the end of the year? No, that's kind of the whole point of having that's like completely unrelated, basically. Make sure you're following your state's filing for like their requirements around filing it. Though,
talk to a good CPA too. Don't trust us with tax advice. We're very happy to help you guys.
Sales tax and income tax are completely different. But there'll be good info online for people that are licensed with that and everything.
We are licensed to help you find a ton of winning products. Not exactly not in
the slightest.
Do accounting.
Not on the slightest is the patch.
How to transition from FBA to FBM if you're doing FBA? It's even easier for you then, right? So you just keep the stuff at home that you're already buying.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff that you're already FBAing, just keep a few units of it, even if you're sending it in. See if you can make a few sales while the FBA check-ins are still kind of pending, right? And then you can be in stock both, because that's like theoretically the best way to sell is you stock it in FBA right away, and then FBA usually sells a little later.
Should I use Boxem as a beginner? When should I use it? Yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends how you value your time. Like if you're serious about this stuff long term, you should totally use Boxem right from the get-go. And you can try it 2 weeks completely free too, guys. So make sure you do that as well if you're interested.
Sent out for sure. Sent out your first Walmart shipment today. That's what's up, Carter. That's awesome, man. Walmart's a lot of fun. All the stuff I've been like reverse sourcing, finding with SellerAmp, that kind of stuff. I'll just check like the Walmart listing. A lot of times there's some cross listing potential there.
For Q4, is it worth switching to FBM to shipping out of Hawaii? What's probably going to make more sense is getting a prep center that does FBM for you. But just for the banter, go on Pirate Ship and see how competitive the rates are from Hawaii. I almost guarantee you it won't make sense.
Yeah, probably not.
Prep center in like the mainland US.
Make sure you get on that quick though, because a lot of prep centers will be locking in who they're going to do FBM for during Q4 right now.
Yeah.
Seller has 95% buy box. Should you compete? Probably not. But see if if there's no buy box most of the time, and then when there is, it's only that seller. Sometimes you'll see that.
Yep. Should I pay someone to apply for a TIN for me, or should I do it myself? I got no idea on that, man. That's like a CPA question or something you want to find.
Depending on the state, it's usually pretty easy.
From
a lot of it was really easy in my state. You'd probably look up a YouTube video if it looks complicated and you want to save some time. Then up to you though on that.
Any coupon code for SellerAmp for new sign up? So no coupon codes, but it is 2 weeks for free, man. So make sure you just go ahead and get a free trial on that too. As well. All right. So golden rules of retail arbitrage. All right, here we go. Let's talk through this stuff here. So do not only go to the store once. You have to go a couple times to even get a general sense of what they got. Get to know the employees, figure out their sales cycles and their rewards details, figure out if there's any coupons, figure out when they put new stuff out, right? Find other sellers in the chat here, in our Facebook group, in our Discord. right, that are also hitting that same store nationwide, right? Because 2 minds working on a product is better than 1, or a problem is better than 1, for example. And
Yeah,
SellerAmp
always just be a good human in the stores too. A
Yeah.
lot of other resellers that come through like a cyclone, they trash the store, and managers never hooking them up, right? But if they see you taking good care of people and being friendly to their employees, a lot of managers are they're cool with resellers as long as you're cool with them, right? They might let you in the back room, sell you some stuff at wholesale. I've done all that kind of stuff before.
Yep. Show some sourcing, please. I knew. Warner and I and the SellerAmp YouTube channel got a ton of really good videos on that too. As well. Also, too, I am officially going to announce that if you post a picture of us here on the stream, I have a bunch of SellerAmp t-shirts over here, and I'm going to ship one out to someone who posts a picture of us on the stream here and tags us on social. So whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, if you take a picture and repost this of it on here, we'll see if anyone does it. I'll send you a SellerAmp t-shirt. I'm
fresh out of the laundry too, right?
No, they're brand new. But yeah, the t-shirts are in there. But yeah, that's a little giveaway.
Get some of the SellerAmp drip there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy OA versus RA? Yeah. So RA is like if you're willing to go out to the store and scan stuff, you're going to make profit, right? OA has a little bit more competition because you're competing with anyone who wants to sit at home on their laptop, but it's a lot more scalable because once you figure it out and you kind of learn, I got a stack coupon with discounted gift card here, and wait for this sale to come around that I really like. That's when it really gets easy to scale. And you're not going to meet too many $1 million retail arbitrage sellers, but there's a lot of $1 million online arbitrage sellers.
Hey guys, I started my own RA thanks to your educational content. My first package just arrived at the warehouse. My concern is the package costs $20 and less than 20 pounds. Yeah, I mean, you're a new seller though, so you don't have your numbers like fully dialed. You're not doing the perfect box size, the perfect unit count, etc. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna post on the TikTok. Okay, unfortunately, that one I don't think I'm gonna see. If you're on TikTok, you probably got IG too, or something like that. Twitter as well. Yeah, Warner has TikTok too. Fields of Profit. Yeah, check out my boys had some really good performing videos too. As well. Did we do buy box analysis colors?
You got it.
This is a super good one here. Okay. Can you explain the buy box analysis color suppressions? If it's suppressed, what can I do? If it's suppressed, that does not mean you should avoid it. That just means there is no buy box, which is not a problem. The buy box analysis colors are literally just the names of the other sellers. So like you'll notice the more colors that show, the more other sellers there are on too. Seen some good Disney items at Walmart. I'm not ungated for Disney, but when I check how to ungate, it talks about a authentic question. Should I buy and try to ungate? Is it worth it? There's no trying. There's only doing. If other people are selling the listing, so can you, and Walmart works for ungating. So buy 10 of that SKU or any cheap item that's Disney, and then use that email confirmation to get that rock and roll in there.
Yeah, just go pretend like you're gonna apply before you buy anything. Make sure it has a little apply to sell button, and then you can toss it on there. I like buying directly from the brand site, or Target's been working really well lately.
Okay, so guys, we were planning some educational content for you guys, and one thing we're gonna do is like an email to you guys about 12 features like most people aren't using that are really good ideas, basically. And I'll give you guys them here on the chat. If you put a 1 in the chat, if like 10 plus people give a 1 in the chat, we'll read out and demonstrate any of those features you guys aren't familiar with here that we think are really, really helpful stuff here.
Tips on finding a good prep center. Yeah, just email a couple. Look up sales tax free states, and then prep center that state that was sales tax free. Email a few and see what you got.
Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, here we go. That's all right. Here we go. So how do I add in the Discord? So Queen, go to the link in bio and watch my free course, and go to the description, and you'll see how to join the Discord. Right there. Okay, here we go. All right. So these are 12 SellerAmp features that, in our opinion, are big differentiating factors between people who get awesome results selling on Amazon and people who don't, and just in terms like knowledge of the tool, knowledge of the product, for example, right? So the first one is going to be the FBM calculator, right? So scrolling down on SellerAmp and toggling over to FBM, right? Not just subtracting the FBM shipping cost from the calculator, but actually hopping down and toggling over to FBM and adding in the FBM shipping cost right there, right? The second one, I'm gonna just rapid fire these out because I think they're really important. Now, if you guys got questions on any of these, please just let us know in the chat too. Number 2 is going to be settings. So adding in your sales tax in the back end in the settings, but not counting it twice. So if you put it in the settings, don't also add it in your buy cost on the profit calculator. Only do it once, right? Also math in the profit calculator. So you can add in like subtract 7% for a gift card, card bear, top cash back, subtract 10% for a coupon code, etc. The Google Sheets feature, one-click exporting leads out. Warner, how do you utilize the Google Sheets feature in your biz?
Yeah, I'll show you guys here real quick, right? So
yeah,
quick example listing, just so we're not
literally
only talking, right? So you can see just like a random example product, but you can make different holiday names, or let's say you got a virtual assistant and you want him to store all the leads he's finding on a Google Sheet. You can just click his name there. It'll export all the information, right? Set up an almost good list of things that were out of stock when you found them. And then if you're out of ideas or you're trying to source for specific like holidays, you don't want to buy, you probably don't want to buy Easter yet, but you'll probably see an item or two and you don't want to forget about it, right? So it's just really good to kind of give yourself some ideas later on when it's, you're having a little bit of trouble sourcing that day. It just makes it easier.
Boom, right? So the SellerAmp Google Sheets is really helpful and important as well for keeping your leads organized as well. Another really good feature is the SellerAmp history. I'll show you guys how to use that right here. I'm gonna hit my screen share. SellerAmp history, which is just gonna let you see a lot of your old items too as well. So if you go to settings, selleramp.com, just go to login, and then you can actually see your history right here. So you can see the past ASINs you've gone through. Right here, you can see your boys looked at. Oh, I just passed the 151,000 mark. Right, that's beautiful. Right, so SellerAmp history is really helpful too if you have any ASINs you lost, for example, or like out of stock variations. Yeah. For example,
let me know if any of you guys can beat my high score. I'm at 1.8 million right now.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can do that, man. Yeah, I don't think anyone can do that. Notes and tags, similar to tracking leads using the Google Sheets, you can also add notes and tags to your leads as well. Activating your offer summary in your SellerAmp settings. We'll kind of see this as like a checklist basically for a lot of you guys to do. So a really helpful feature, guys, you should activate in your SellerAmp settings is going to be the offers summary right here. So down here, you want to make sure you have that activated. That is going to show you this so you can see how FBM friendly an item is immediately here. Y'all see that? Wait for it. Boom, right there so we can see. Warner, is this item FBM friendly?
I mean, there's 14 FBM sellers, so they're not doing charity work on that listing.
Exactly. Yeah. So just about as FBM friendly as the listing can get, but you need that offer summary activated to go ahead and see that right there. You need that offer summary activated right there as well. So that's pretty helpful too. Right. Very, very helpful as well too. What else? AI image search, which is a new feature on the mobile app for any of y'all doing retail arbitrage.
Yeah, it was super cool. I actually found a listing. I couldn't the UPC barcode was covered at my local store, so I took a picture of it with SellerAmp and it automatically found it. It was like $15 going for 38 on Amazon. There were 8 or 9 on the shelf, so that's already paying off. So if you guys are doing RA, I don't know if too many of you guys know that we rolled that out like a week or two ago. So definitely take advantage of that.
Yep, as well as SellerAmp QVS, which is our brand new free Chrome extension. You guys should definitely go ahead and get downloaded at selleramp.com/QVS. That just makes it so much easier to do sourcing on the Amazon search page. It's just going to display a bunch of data for you guys right here and make it so you do not have to just click into every listing here right there. So yeah, you do not have to just click in every listing. Now you can see a bunch of good data right here. That's SellerAmp QVS. It is free with your SellerAmp subscription. And just go to selleramp.com/QVS to get that in right there as well. Why do sellers get suppressed? It's mainly listings, and Amazon just thinks it's really expensive. Dope AI image search, that's sick. Hell yeah. SellerAmp variations analysis, that's another good feature too, for sure. Right there as well. Also the buy box analysis feature. So seeing who's getting the buy box share at what propensity or at what just like that was like very intelligent word. I don't know if there's the correct usage there on that.
It sounded nice.
Yeah, so that is down here. That lets you see who's getting the buy box, how often, at what pricing, and what fulfillment type.
Yeah, if you're worried about if you can sell an item or not, or the sales rotate to you, and you see a pie chart that looks like that, they're basically giving sales to anybody under the sun. You can
Beautiful.
see there's brand new sellers, there's FBM sellers on there. Basically, anyone who lists it's making sales on that listing.
I don't see the offer setting on my SaaS. Yeah, I'll show you it right here again. So go here, right? And boom. You need to activate it in your settings. So go right here. Oops. So get that activated in your, you can just go to sas.selleramp.com/user/update, right? And toggle it on and then it'll show. Yeah, very important right there. And then this is just data we've used from like seeing lots of users in terms of like people who crush and people who maybe don't get the results they want as easily. The BQ integration is really good, and then the variations feature as well. So navigating which variations are selling the best.
A good one. Let me get an example pulled up. But I get people asking a lot if you can see like how fast a certain variation sells.
Good to pop.
So yeah, throw my screen up there. So you guys see how on this, like we can look at the variations tab. It's hidden on my right now, but that's not the point. You can see like based on how many reviews it has, that kind of thing. I've been liking this middle graph a lot recently because this monthly sold chart actually is specific to the size you're looking at. And this makes total sense, right? Like on this pretty decent selling listing, the size large and like the most boring colors is probably going to be the fastest. So this specific variation is selling, seems like 50 to 100 times a month. And the whole listing is selling like 170. So like this would be a really good listing on this one. If we look at like probably like a bigger size or a really small size, it's probably going to be a little bit less. We can see if that pops up here. Sweet. So you can see, yeah, this one's locked at 50, right? So that last one you saw lots of jumping up to 100. Sometimes you might see nothing on there. And then that's where you can look at like variations. You can see if like on this chart down here, if you can see like new sellers are jumping on and off. So I can see, a few weeks ago, there were 24 sellers that went down to 17. It's pretty obvious that this is selling. It's another good way to know if your specific size, color, bundle, that kind of thing is actually selling.
Yep. Yeah. Make sure you guys try SellerAmp for free for 2 weeks if you haven't yet already too. What's a good rate of progress? Please don't say it depends. Sometimes I feel like I'm moving slow. Yeah, I mean, I'd say, if it also heavily depends on capital too. And like also your goals. Cause some want like,
you said, don't say depends, but it does, right? Like how hard are you going to work? How much money do you have? That kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Are you going to talk to other sellers? That's a huge force multiplier as well.
Yeah. Sellers who are diving in, sourcing products every day, they're talking to other sellers pretty consistently. They're in, 5 or 10 in their first month, right? If you need a good, very high achieving goalpost to shoot for, but you are competing against yourself. Don't let somebody else's results make yours feel not as cool. And if you're making more money than you did yesterday, then that's a big win.
Yeah. One thing Amazon don't tell you is just reverse source for manual too, right? All right. Mr. 8, I have no idea what that question was. And you said, bro, totally ignore me. No, your question didn't make sense, brother, man. Let me know, man. Let's see.
Sweet. My products just VA find it. Completely depends on how well you can train them, that kind of stuff. Yeah. On average, probably getting 5 to 8 leads per day per person on my team. And then some days there's just not that many great sales and it might be 3 or 4. Some days like the next couple of weeks that are coming up, there's probably going to be at least 8 to 10 every single day because there's just going to be too many good items to buy. Yeah, guys, too. So we'll be on for another 6-7 minutes as well for the first weekly SellerAmp Seller Hour. We're also going to bring on influencers in the future too that are going to come up here and do the Q&A with us too. So let us know anyone you want us to do that with as well too. Also, just in general, one of the best things you can do for your Amazon seller journey is not only have your own presence online, but at the very least, follow a ton of sellers. Because that's going to passively introduce you to a lot of free game. For example, so like wherever you like consuming content, follow as many Amazon sellers as you can on there. We're, for example, on YouTube and TikTok right now. Twitter and Instagram are very similar. If you follow Warner, you follow myself, you hit the suggested accounts from us. Check out Jazz Hustles as well, Major O Finds, Corey Ganem, All Out Amazon, and just follow as many people as you can. And that's going to passively introduce you to a ton of free game. Yeah, it just keeps you in the loop. So you know what's going on with Amazon, what's actually a problem, what's not a problem, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so we don't have SellerAmp in Australia currently. Basically, the best rule of thumb to get Ungated, just buy from a well-known, credible store, as well as other factors, of course. That's a very well said there, Teresa. Yeah, 100%.
Yep. What category is easier to start with? If you have any like kind of personal interests you can start with, that's always what I like to suggest. So if you're into makeup or that kind of thing, you probably know good brands. You know, you've hunted for some deals before, that kind of thing. If you don't have any personal, product-based passions, that kind of stuff, then just start diving into the sourcing content that are on SellerAmp channel or our channels. And then you'll see lots of kind of related brands that you can just kind of dive into from there. Because at the end of the day, we're just buying good data. It doesn't necessarily matter what the products are if the data is good.
Okay, what ROI do you aim for? Yeah, I'm gonna just go through the entire product research criteria if you're a newer seller for the most part, right? So $3 plus profit per unit, 30% plus ROI, could be less if it's a product that can't be returned like vitamins or grocery. For example, offer count, steady or going down, price, steady or going up, right? You're gonna see that in the charts on SellerAmp, right? And then what was the, oh yeah, also velocity. So typically like under 200K BSR. Yeah, SellerAmp hour lit. You feel me? Oh my gosh, my boy Noah in here too. Shout out Seller Central boys.
Sweet. We had one more email question I want to get to as well, just because they were making sure to get it in there. Somebody's asking, as far as scaling the OA business, how do you work around placing orders with retailers that might cancel, especially with volume? Yeah, it's a good question. A lot of you guys are going to run into that. The short answer is don't try to keep spending money on websites that just don't want your money, right? It sounds like you're really like hiding a great secret or something, but genuinely we just buy from a bunch of the same big websites as you guys. And then also some websites you might be able to get away with buying a whole bunch where your friends might be able to buy nothing, right? Just kind of the nature of the game. And if you ever see like order limits where it's like 10 units, 12 units, that kind of thing, just place multiple orders, right? And then don't worry about getting a bunch of cancels until you're actually running into it, right? Then you can get creative. You can try different payment methods, try using gift cards, switch up the address a little bit, all that kind of stuff.
At what point do you recommend going from something like RA to OA to sourcing directly from manufacturers when you randomly stumble into an opportunity to do it? So when an OA website you like hits you up and says, yo, that you want to buy this wholesale, or you hit an OA website item that you like up or a brand you like up and see if they want to do wholesale and everything. Like it's the kind of thing where you don't, you know what I mean? You're not going to like quit cold turkey OA and start doing wholesale, you know? Is there a way to unsuppress a buy box on a new ASIN with no selling history? By lowering the price, personally, though, would not recommend worrying about that. It just prints cash with no buy box.
As long as it's selling, it's not an issue, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good items like that, especially for beginners. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Tony, I've done 2.1 million so far this year.
Yes, sir.
I'm intentionally having my worst month of the year right now because prices are about to go up. So I'm hoarding a bunch of good holiday inventory. So that's another good thing. Like as you guys are looking at prices and stuff right now, just keep in mind that everything's going to be selling way faster and way more profitably. So don't be lowering your prices in the middle of November, right? When everything's about to go up. So trust your gut, know that you got some good products basically.
Wow, I was avoiding items because I couldn't get 10 at a time. Yeah, you can do Ungating with multiple orders of
technically you could do 10 orders of one. They might not like it as much. You might have to submit a couple more times, but technically, it's written that that's allowed. Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Sounds good. Yeah. All right. So every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be here answering your guys' questions on the SellerAmp YouTube, Fields of Profit on YouTube, Flush Miles on YouTube as well too. And just in general too, like one of the best things you can do when you're a beginner is just get in the mix, right? Follow as many sellers as you can, immerse yourself in the Amazon community, right? And everything. It's going to be a good thing for you right there.
Absolutely. When you start taking profits from your business, yeah, for me, it was about a year. I didn't need that money. If you got to live on the money, then pull it out sooner. But the more you can reinvest, obviously, the more you'll make in the long run. Just kind of delayed gratification kind of thing.
Yep. You can get Ungated with 10 different invoice. You totally can. It's almost always unnecessary though, but you could if you wanted to. Yeah. Yeah. I start Amazon FBA now. That's what's up, man. You let us know how we can help. Yeah. You let us know how we can help too on that. Okay. So Warner, if there was one video people should watch here, what video should they watch here? Right. Because we want to give people more continued education. There's a lot of good videos on the SellerAmp channel too, as well, guys, on YouTube as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Dive into all the SellerAmp channel videos. I've got a free course you can check out on my channel, as well as just a ton of videos, product sourcing. That's probably what most of you guys are stuck on right now. Yeah. So just go watch either of us source products for 2 or 3 hours. Don't get caught on hour 10 of a YouTube binge and you still have never practiced or tried to source products though. Even if you don't want to spend money right away, paper trade the item, right? So go practice sourcing for an hour based on what you saw on YouTube. go, all right, today I would have bought this item. Check it out, a week later, 2 weeks later, see if you would have made profit or if you made a mistake that you can kind of learn from next time, right? If you're super low budget and you just need to learn, but don't just keep watching YouTube without actually practicing the skill, because at some point you only know what you're watching, basically.
Absolutely. Okay, so far we have one confirmed entry for the merch giveaway. So as we finish up here, if you take a picture and tag at SellerAmp on socials, or us for that matter, my Instagram's currently deleted, but I'm gonna get it back. But yeah, Fields of Profit on Instagram, SellerAmp on Instagram, any of our pages right there, or Twitter or elsewhere on social media, you will be entered into a giveaway that I'll pick. We only have one confirmed entry so far, so I
automatic, yep.
Cool. And so, guys, really want to thank you guys for tapping in with us for the first ever SellerAmp Seller Hour. Really appreciate you guys tapping in. It was a lot of fun, a lot of energy here. It was a really, really solid live stream. And we'll see you guys next week, which, next Tuesday, 4 p.m. On there, the Facebook group, I'll drop a link. It is, if you just look up SellerAmp.
If you look up SellerAmp on Facebook, you'll find it.
Yeah, you'll find it as well too. Right there.
Yep. And then there's also the free Discord, free course link down below. You guys can check out if you're wanting to continue on the YouTube binge here. But like I said, don't get trapped on the binge. Make sure you're actually doing this stuff.
Cool. All right, sweet. All right, see you guys soon. Be great. Appreciate y'all tapping in. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. And Warren and I have a ton of other content on both of our channels. Flips for Miles, Fields of Profit. Ton of good stuff on the SellerAmp channel as well. And we'll see you guys soon. Be great. Have a great one, y'all.
Sweet.
Great.
See you guys.
Bye.